Okay, back. Now onto the toys themselves. I have several to go over. First of which is the 6-inch Bandai version, which is, actual Japanese Bandai. You can tell this because in the foot we have Bandai 1993 made in China, and the serial number, but you get 1998, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but that says Godzilla in Japanese writing. Neat. It's very well detailed, as all the Bandai toys are. It does not skip on the detail. It's all there. It's movie accurate and looks very good. It has good articulation. It has the standard cut neck, cut shoulders, which actually move in and out as opposed to up and down. Quite common in the more modern Godzillas. And cut hips, which are slightly hindered due to this little flap of skin here. I'm not sure you can see that. There's like a little flap of skin there that kind of makes it a little tighter than it should be. But it is forgivable because it has a great sculpt. It has a great look and feel to it, and it is soft vinyl, which is awesome. 5 Godzillas for this guy. There have been several candy toy formats. This is the one I have. This is the 1992 version. There is a 1989 and a 1992 version. 2 versions of the candy toy of Heisei Godzilla. And this one is the one I got, because it was the one that was there. It is well detailed, especially for a candy toy. Not as well detailed as the 6-inch, but that is forgivable due to the scale. It has good articulation. It has, the shoulders, hips, and actually has a tail, which is swapped for the head, which can kind of, due to the soft vinyl, can kind of move up and down. He's a little serpentine looking, but I take it back what I said in my 54 Godzilla. This guy is my favorite Godzilla toy. Period. Like, this is my favorite 6-inch. This is my favorite, period. I don't know, I just really like the candy toy size. Like I said, there's another one out there. It is 1989, and it was sold... traditionally these things are sold in 2-packs. This guy was sold with a Mothra larva, if I'm correct. And the 1989 version was sold with Biollante in rose form. Anyway, on to the 6-inch Burning Godzilla. And this is the Bandai Creation version. You can tell this mostly by the feet. The stamping is all in English, no Japanese writing. And also by the fact that it's hard vinyl, that takes away from the score. As does its paint scheme. Well, let me just go to the articulation. Cut neck, which is very tight and doesn't really like to rotate 360. Shoulders that move in and out, about the right tightness. Hips that are cut hips that work very well. And a tail joint that's very tight. Also the paint scheme. I do not like the look of Burning Godzilla. The paint scheme is off to me somehow. It's just not one of my favorites. But this would be forgivable if they had used this sculpt, which is awesome. Sadly, they decided to do a new sculpt, in which he's kind of like leaning forward. You can see the difference here. See, this guy's more leaning forward. This guy's standing up straight, as he should be. This guy actually leaning forward, giving me this weird fat snake look in the body, and also the tail. If you look at the tail, it just seems too wide, especially at the base. You see how this guy has 3 rows of big spikes that are, very visible. This guy has 1, 2, 3, well, yeah, he's the same, but something's just off with this guy for me. The spikes, they're not quite right. I don't know. This guy will therefore get 4 Godzillas, because I know if I give him like 3, someone's gonna like sue me or something. Now we have the Pack of Destruction PVC Burning Godzilla. Very small, and it's a good sculpt. It's you know, it's good, well detailed. You know, not as well detailed as the Candy Toys, but then again, none of the smaller figures. The smaller it is, the less detail it has, but it's actually very surprisingly well detailed. And it's a good sculpt. But again, the paint scheme and the fact that there's no articulation take away from it. If they were to repaint this guy as regular Heisei Godzilla, I would definitely love him, but a paint scheme sadly drops it down to 3.5 Godzillas. And that's all for this review. Heisei Godzilla has several alternatives that I do not own, but include, I think there are a few other versions of him in 6-inch form, including, I think Bandai did do just a straight-up repaint of this guy as Burning Godzilla. I'm pretty sure they did. If they didn't, then that makes no sense. But then, you know, a lot of stuff Bandai does doesn't make any sense. I digress. And, he has, like I say, he has several Candy Toy formats, a few 6-inch formats, and Trendmasters, a lot of Trendmasters, which I will get to in my special separate review. But until then,